Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 16 of our commentary for Banjo-Kazooie. Last time we completed Rusty Bucket Bay and unlocked the final world of the game, Clucker. And today we're going to get started on completing it.
Like this theme.
It's going to take a while. Just a forewarning. This is a beefy final world.
I never noticed like the gray cloud. That's like kind of like creepy. Like it didn't really fit.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah, I think that's why I think that's why I wanted to highlight the skybox here, was just because it's not something that I regularly do, but like, I don't know. I remembered looking up at it once and thinking it was kind of weird, but I couldn't remember why. But now I do.
So
Yeah. You can tell this is a beefy final world because we went from the hub world to another hub world.
Yeah. This So we've got 4 doors here, and in case it wasn't already abundantly clear, each one represents a different season. And kind of the macro progression thing for Clucker is looking for these different switches to open the door to the next season. To kind of just progress through a whole year set in this level. And like I said in the last part, like, this world really has kind of a special place in my heart just due to how atmospheric it is compared to some of the other ones. Like, just the passage of time kind of adds like a nice layer to it that none of the other levels really have.
Yeah.
I like the music here too. It's really
It's one of the best songs in the game. All the music's good. I feel like we've said that like a lot though.
Specifically with Clucker, I like that the music in this level, it kind of references the main theme a little bit. Which, you know, for this game is good because, like, it's the final world, so referencing the main theme kind of feels like nice bookending.
Yeah.
Also, that character is just straight up ripped out of Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, name and everything.
naughty.
Did anybody else think the way Dan just laughed sounded like the little goblin enemies?
Is that what those are up there?
It sounds like the laugh from Bonanza Brothers. I don't know if you've played that game before. But
Unfortunately not. What system is that on?
I think it was originally arcade, but it's on Genesis. It's like an early Genesis game.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The bull is back.
Is that the one with like the little one and the big fat one?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're the bank robbers.
I know we've...
That's it.
But anyway, back to Banjo.
Yeah, after you, Trey.
I was gonna say, I like the golden feathers because it's kind of like having a... it's kind of like having a Mario invincibility star on tap at any moment.
Yeah.
And you can use it strategically. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for an exploration-focused game, I think it works a little better than, like... I mean, the game is designed around this, but I prefer that idea to, like, what Mario 64 actually does with the power-ups, where you get them in a certain location, and then they're just timed.
Yeah.
Kind of like that here, you get to use it at your own discretion.
Yeah, and it still consumes something, so, like... So it's a fair power-up.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like OP or anything.
Yeah. It was a very cinematic way to deal with that. Like, the camera focused on the honeycomb that came out.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like it meant...
This is the most important thing in the level.
Yeah. So, is Click Clock Wood centered on this giant tree?
Yeah, you just kind of go around the giant tree in a big spiral until you get to the top.
It was a mountain.
The difference between the seasons comes into play not just as like an aesthetic thing, but also in terms of what obstacles are there and how you have to deal with them. But we can get more into that when we start progressing to different seasons.
Oh yeah.
I just thought of something. So these bird guys are, I mean, obviously they're just kind of the third variant on the enemy coming out of wall enemy that we've had many times before in this game. But are they the only enemy in the game that has, like, the camera focuses on them and does a little kind of pseudo cutscene thing to show when they die for the first time?
Yeah, and it'll do that every time you like die or leave the level and come back again.
Like, were they just like really proud of that animation or something? Because it doesn't do it for any of the other enemies of the same type or any other enemies.
I mean, it's a
period.
good animation. I guess those birds are a little more complicated, like character models than the big slug things.
Yeah, they just kind of swoop out.
So we have plenty tokens here, but we're not going to use them just yet. As with all the other transformations, I like to do the transformation last as the last thing I do in the level to go into so I can like seamlessly go into the hub world and unlock the thing there as well.
You woke him up. So rude.
I know. That's why I went in there just to ruin his day.
Is Mumbo's house? Are there mini Mumbos or is it the same Mumbo?
I think it's the same Mumbo.
There's only one Mumbo, and he is best shaman in game.
Oh yeah, you better believe it.
Is he kind of like Howl in Howl's Moving Castle? Like, he has like 100 front doors, but they all lead to his castle?
Yeah.
No,
he periodically just replaces the collectibles.
Mumbo just has a bunch of vacation homes.
Mumbo's moving skull.
That he buys with all of the tokens that you give him.
See, he's part of an MLM of voodoo priests. Like, if you can get
one feather.
Dan, it's funny you bring up the idea of him using the tokens to like buy stuff, because that's exactly what Trouser does in Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair.
Oh.
Like, you have to pay him periodically to like progress through the overworld, and the further along you get, he'll like he'll buy himself like a new trailer or like all this furniture and whatnot. It's pretty
all with the money that you're giving him. So what do you I forget, in Yooka-Laylee, what are you collecting? What's the jiggy of that game?
Pages. The premise of that game is that you're putting like a book back together.
Okay.
Like a big tome. And all of the worlds are in tomes as well.
So it's kind of like this one, where you're unlocking more of the world by collecting things.
Yeah, Yooka-Laylee's kind of like Banjo-Kazooie, you could say that.
Yeah.
It's kind of exactly like Banjo-Kazooie.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, do you think they got some of the original people to work on it?
I don't know, but it's a strong possibility. That music sounds an awful lot like Grant Kirkhope.
I like the...
You know, we make fun, but Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair is actually like a really good game.
I like how Yooka-Laylee kind of has like a premise right out of a kids TV show from the 90s, where it's like, on like PBS or something, where it's all about like the power of books and stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're right.
So that bridge, like, nothing is holding it up. It's just kind of floating there. I don't know why that's always bugged me.
Well, because nothing else in this game, everything else in this game is, like, realistically grounded and stuff.
Yeah, if this was made by Retro Studios, there would be, like, some rocket jets on the bottom of that bridge.
Yeah.
Or, like, some vines.
Joe and I had a conversation about this many years ago, but we talked about how Banjo-Kazooie is, like, part of the reason it feels more believable, I guess, as a world, or more cohesive, is because everything's like, except for those platforms, everything is just like grounded and has like context for being where it is, and it's not like it's not like Mario 64, like floating platforms that feel very like video gamey. It's like everything's like a tree branch sticking out, or like a girder coming out from the ground, or something like that.
Right. And, like, you could make the argument that kind of compromises the gameplay, because you can only design levels in a way that would, like, physically make sense. Whereas with something like Mario, you can like, design things that are crazier and more challenging, because it's not married to the idea of, like, presenting a logical world.
So, you just unlocked Eerie the bird.
Yeah.
So is this where we gotta talk about what we gotta do for Eerie?
Sure. Just gotta feed him. Like, when we come back in the summer and the fall, we gotta feed him, and then in the winter, he'll be a big, grown-up eagle.
Another collectible?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This world is chock full of collectibles.
Yeah, it is. Especially notes, so don't die.
Yep. Especially if you're on the N64 version.
Uh-huh. Well, only if you're on the N64. You can do whatever you want in the Xbox version.
Oh.
I mean, you probably should still avoid dying, because, you know.
And after 10 minutes, we finally collected 1 Jiggy.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, this level, it really takes a long time to get any Jiggies.
Yeah, it's a little stingier
Yeah,
than the other ones.
We're getting some tray-length episodes here.
Yeah, my god. What was I thinking?
I don't know what was there.
Also, I hate this room because it's like, you get the Jiggy there, and I don't think there's really anything else valuable in the other seasons apart from, like, that life respawning in different locations. But, like,
You always gotta
I
check.
always forget that. Yeah, I have to check. Like, I have to satisfy my OCD, I
That
guess.
was a beautiful swan dive.
Thank you. 10 out of 10. Yes, we know, Naughty.
His whole snout looks weird. Like, if he didn't have teeth there, he would just be like a just like a tube.
Just a large mouse.
Yeah. Oh god, did you see the weird artifacting on the textures back there?
Sorry, missed it.
It looked like the wall was throbbing.
We're putting the springtime behind us, lads.
It's
Wait, there's
summertime
only
now.
one Jiggy in
Summertime,
springtime.
living in the summertime.
No, there are other Jiggies in springtime. You need the transformation to get them.
God, that thing is all mouth.
Uh-huh.
Hey, these guys are false advertising. They look like Robin Hood. They're actually robbing you.
Is Carrie Ellis gonna make a hilarious appearance?
That's
Was
the
it-
Jinjo I always think of when I think of the putting things of the same color in certain environments thing I talked about previously.
Yeah, they do that a lot in this level. Like the orange Jinjo is on top of a big pile of like fall leaves. I'm fairly certain you find the blue one during the winter time.
Yeah.
You know, the only Jinjo that's kind of problematic in terms of that is the magenta one, because there's just not a lot of like magenta colored stuff in nature.
Except
Oh, you got
flowers, I
swimming.
guess.
Yes.
And these guys.
Oh yeah, in addition to different visuals and accessible areas for each season, you also get unique music in each season.
And unique enemies.
Do you guys have a favorite Click Clock Wood theme, or?
Probably the spring one's probably my favorite.
Spring's pretty
Yeah.
lit.
But I think of Click Clack Wood, I think of the spring song.
Uh-huh.
This one's just like so like lazy feeling. Really like this one.
It feels like it's like a hot summer day, literally. I guess that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It makes me want to go to a different season and take a shower.
So wait, in the summer, all the water's been like evaporated. Is that the thing here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't summer, this is just a straight up drought. Click Clock Wood is dying. Also, the textures here are totally not just ripped from Treasure Trove Cove.
Totally.
You've got to go inside the Click Clock Deku tree and get the Click Clock Emerald, so you can fight the Click Clock Spider. To save.
But the Click Clock tree still
Yeah,
does.
you have to
Yes.
go into Click Clock Tree and fight the great spider Clockra.
Clock.
Clock.
Then the time gods will come and bless you with the power to control time. But you won't be able to get that bit on camera.
Yeah.
Wait, you can hurt the bull?
Yeah.
You can't kill it,
You
though.
can't kill him, but you can, like, knock him out. Which I think that was me discovering that for the first time.
Oh,
I was just trying to get him out of the way.
Gobi, why are you here?
Well, he's got to live somewhere.
He's a camel. He don't belong in the.
Paige is just like, not on my watch.
It took me ages to find more water. What if the water's all gone because Gobi drank it all?
Yeah. Yeah, it had nothing to do with the summer climate. It's just this really thirsty camel.
How do you think he got 2 humps?
I don't know. It's looking awfully suspicious.
Oh no, the bees.
Damn bees. Get out of here.
Well, yeah, when you collected your first caterpillar, I really liked that the caterpillars are, they're privy to the fact that they are a meal.
Yeah, they're like, hey, be a bro and don't feed me any hungry creatures, alright?
Yeah.
Capiche?
Sorry.
There's no reason anyone would want to interact with a caterpillar unless they wanted to eat them.
Get the one up. Get the one up. Yeah. Thought you were gonna not see it.
I don't know, it was pretty well camouflaged there. Being
Yellow
golden and all.
Well, you would have got it now anyway.
The universe wanted you to get it in one way or the other.
It's really making sure you didn't miss that one up.
Yeah, my skill has evaporated along with the river, unfortunately.
Yeah, you have heat stroke. You need to get that checked out. Hydrate, please.
Man, it's just I gotta get rid of all this fur, man. It's just not doing it in the summer.
Put picture of shaved bear here.
Ew.
I'm gonna choose not to do that.
That's the second time shaved bear has come up in one of our playthroughs.
To save our audience.
It's gonna happen one day.
Ah.
One of the most terrifying things you can ever see is the shaved bear.
Wouldn't it be called...
Actually, that was in a different series, wasn't it? Where we were talking about, shaved bears.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be called a bear?
Hey. This guy. He's got the japes.
Oh, I just noticed it said it's too hot and he's got the flames off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mumbo refuses to serve you in any season except for spring.
I kind of like that. Wait.
And I totally don't need that token, but I'm gonna go for it anyway.
Wait, so you're robbing him to give his own tokens back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's low, Banjo.
For all we know, that could be one of the tokens we gave him previously that he just stashed up there. Mumbo put life savings in attic.
Or all these tokens were previously in his possession. He just kind of lost them around the various worlds.
Yeah. It's like Mario 3D Land. There was just a big storm one night that blew all of Mumbo's tokens away.
If Mumbo eats one of those tokens, does he become a flying squirrel?
I mean, I've never witnessed it, but
that doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Outside the realm of possibility.
God, imagine if that was the plot of the next new Super Mario Bros. Game. A big inconvenient storm came by and just blew Princess Peach away, and also a bunch of power-ups and stuff, and coins. Alright, go.
I mean, you say that, but as, we already mentioned 3D Land, but I think, is it New Super Mario Brothers U that has the acorn suit?
I think it's you.
Yeah, that one opens with Mario and Luigi and the Toads getting flung into a big tree, and when the tree recoils after being hit, it throws all of the acorn suit power-ups into the world. And that's your story.
As if they needed an explanation for why new power-ups are in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really care about the continuity and lore of the new Super Mario Bros. Universe.
At least as far as power-ups go.
So, I'm guessing you need 10 caterpillars?
I don't think so. Maybe for the second visit. Also, I don't think your caterpillars carry over between the seasons, so you have to collect, I'm sorry, I forget how many it is, but I think it's 5 for spring and 10 for... 5 for summer, 10 for autumn.
So is the deal just get as many as you can and try and feed them?
Yeah, there's way more than you need, so I'm just collecting all the ones that I come across to show them off.
Okay.
Here's another annoying minigame that you can get just blocked by in Grunty's Furnace Fun.
Yeah, it took me a while to get by this, to get this jiggy. Until I realized with my dumb kid brain, oh, I I can just stand on the thing and use gold feathers for
Yeah.
like 10 seconds.
Something I wish I had remembered, although I think I'm running kind of low after all of those.
Well, you still
Snare
got above
bears I
the
tried to-
default maximum.
Yeah.
The bee's head kind of looks like a Jinjo.
It does.
Are they
Is that what
related?
Jinjos have been all this time? Just bees?
Maybe.
Also, I always felt like they squandered the yellow Jinjo by not putting him in here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I really like the aesthetic inside of the beehive.
That was pretty good, Joe. Give yourself a high five.
Ha ha ha
I got jokes.
ha.
Got him. Come to think of it, Rare's always been kind of good about having,
Cool bee
like,
levels.
inside of beehive type levels, like with Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yeah.
Even,
Beehive levels
Yeah.
were, I think, usually my favorite in DKC 2.
Mhm.
At least in
And the
terms of
music, though.
aesthetics.
Oof.
I feel so claustrophobic in those levels in DKC too.
Yeah. Hey, at least you're not feeling acrophobic. Like you would be in this treehouse
This
with no
treehouse is
floor.
a death trap.
How did they build the rest of this thing and not the floor?
Maybe
Where's
they
the
built it
fear?
and the floor fell out.
Don't worry, guys. I'm a Banjo-Kazooie master, so we're gonna be just fine.
Oh no.
Just fine.
And this is why they made it so you don't lose your notes in the Xbox version.
Because it is super easy.
Jeez.
Yeah, thankfully in this version, getting back up to where we were is no real problem, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, even though we keep our notes, we lose our caterpillars. So we're just gonna cut past that.
After all that work.
Yeah.
Well, if you're just going for the caterpillars, it doesn't take too long. And I think now I'm, like, reasoning out, like, do I want to go for that mumbo token? Can I afford to?
You don't need it, Joe.
And the answer is
You
no.
don't need it.
Nope.
Getting flashbacks to C platforms.
If it wasn't worth it in the engine room, it wasn't worth it here.
I should have, like, when I pointed the camera, just cut to a black screen saying that it was a mumbo token, and then cut back to the game.
Oh,
I see you're also you're also like me in going on these platforms. Like, yeah, I have to be riding Kazooie, even though it's way more dangerous because I don't know why, but I am.
Well, Kazooie also has better traction than Banjo alone, doesn't she?
I mean on slopes, I think,
Yeah.
but
if
Well, I think she does on ice as well. Not that that's really relevant right now, but
I like the squirrel fights.
yeah, Nabnut has kind of let himself go.
Well, he ate that entire pile of nuts in like a month.
Trey, you're exactly a Rare's target audience. I like that squirrel farts.
Somebody from Rareware's watching this and just like fist pumping, like yes.
We did it.
After all these years, somebody finally laughed.
How does he chew them? He has no teeth.
Yeah, this is how growing works. You know, you eat something and you just. It's like Mario logic. You just get bigger upon touching it.
He has a diaper. That's adorable.
He was born with a diaper on.
He's like a stork baby.
That's not a diaper. That's just that's just part of a baby eagle's biology.
Yeah, I remember when I
It's
was
like how baby deer have those white spots.
I remember when I was a kid, I did some like I don't know why, but I looked up like a research paper on Yoshis.
Oh
And it was like, yeah, the boots and the saddle are actually like calcium shells formed for protection in the egg, and that's why they're born wearing boots and saddles.
As explained in Super Mario World, the complete visual companion.
And then 8-year-old Dan was like, yeah, oh my god, that makes total sense. Of course.
Yeah. Oh my god.
This is like someone saying, "Wow, it's amazing how that puddle fits into that hole."
Oh boy.
Now, unfortunately, we don't have any convenient water to just jump into, so we're gonna have to kind of carefully make our way down the tree.
Oh, hey, convenient honey.
Yeah.
That was relatively easy.
So wait, so we only have what, three Jiggies so far?
Yeah, something like that. This is a real slow-paced world.
Yeah. This is like a Tui level.
It is kind of
Well,
like
I mean,
a
in
level.
length, yes, but in terms of complexity, it still kind of sticks to the Banjo thing of just go around and explore thoroughly as you go, and you'll just, you'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
Like, there are things that are dependent on you doing other things, like in the previous season, but if you just go through them all in, like, the intended order and, like I say, do everything as you go, like, you shouldn't have to do much backtracking in this level. So that's what we're going to do. In the next episode, we're going to move on to the fall section of Click Clock Woods. So see you then.
Get your sweaters and beanies.
See ya.